can cause chronic back pain and what can you do about it? Now, as an executive mom, your days are packed from the moment you wake up till you get into bed at night with meetings to lead, kids to care for, household chores, countless responsibilities at work, etc., etc. It's no wonder that low back pain often gets brushed aside or get brushed under the carpet because you have so much going on in your busy life and you don't have time to address that low back pain. But what if that nagging discomfort just isn't about sitting down or being stressed out? What if it is all about your weak core muscles? Now, weak core muscles can be a hidden reason behind your chronic low back pain. I'm not saying it's the only reason, but it can be a reason for your chronic back pain. And if you address this in the right way, you might find yourself on a path to lasting pain relief, right? So let's discuss more about this in today's video. But before we get into the video, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain despite low energy levels and brain fog. Now, I do so by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modification, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Now, those of you who are familiar with adrenal fatigue know there are lots and lots of symptoms. However, the ones I talk about are the ones that I suffered from, which is low energy levels and brain fog or lack of focus. Now, because we are moms, we are busy people, let me not take more of your time. And let's get into the topic for today, which is how do weak core muscles lead to chronic back pain and what can you do about it? Because, okay, let's start with the core. Now, I will assume that you don't know much about the core. If you do, just hear me out on this one. Your core is your body's natural support system. Now, your core isn't just about your six pack abs, it's a network of deep muscles that stabilize your spine. Rather, it's the deepest layer of muscles next to your spine and pelvis, which protect your lower back, which stabilize your spine. It basically supports you in every movement that you do. So now, when I'm moving my hands, my spine, excuse me, so my spine is being stable here because sorry, my spine is stabilized by my core muscles, and that's why I'm not swaying like this, but I'm able to actually move my hand around. Now, this is there is a lot that I can talk about core muscles, but then this video will get too long. So have a look at my YouTube channel if you want to know more about the core muscles. I've done a couple of quite a few videos down there and how it is related to back pain, nerve pain, etc., and neck pain, of course. Have a look at YouTube or just Google my name, Swati Prakash Core, and those videos will come up for you. Anyway, moving on. Now, your core, as I was saying, is your body's natural support, right? Now, what happens when your core is weak? Now, when your core is weak, your lower back muscles are forced to overcompensate. Now, we are looking at the lumbar core only here. There's a lot more than just the lower back. When it comes to core, the core is basically the deepest layer of muscles in every joint and around the spine. So we're talking lumbar spine here. Uh, Now, I was saying your lower back muscles are forced to overcompensate. This extra workload leads to fatigue, tightness in those muscles, and the chronic back pain that you get. Now, even simple activities like bending, twisting, or standing for a long period of time can become stressful when your core is weak. So, what happens further than this? Weak core does not just stop at back pain, it also leads to poor posture. Now, let's look a little bit into how poor posture is related to a weak core. When your core isn't doing its job, your posture naturally collapses. You may find yourself slouching at your desk, or you're leaning to one side when you're standing, or feeling heaviness in your lower back. Um, because there's an increased pressure on your lumbar spine, there is a greater risk of disc injuries or mechanical injuries. Rather, think of it as muscular imbalances that lead to other problems in your back. There's a constant tension and stiffness that you feel in your lumbar spine or your lower back area. So, poor posture really isn't just the cosmetic side of things, like I'm slouching. This is not a good posture to look at, but this slouching will lead to a lot of other problems in the lower back. Now, what can you do about it? Now, strengthening your core does not have to be complicated. Some people think there is a lot that goes into it, but if you are consistent with those small efforts, you can strengthen your core. I have been there, done that. It is possible. Now, you start with small, gentle activations of the core. So what I've done is I have written a blog on this topic about how your weak core muscles can lead to chronic back pain, and in that blog I have left a free guide for you which talks about 10 easy desk based exercises to strengthen your core. Now this is a checklist for busy days when you don't have time to go to the gym or even leave your seat for that matter for your office chair, and you want to feel strong, you want to feel supported with that core. So these are simple, discrete exercises. You won't even know I'm doing them right now as I'm talking to you. So have a look at that blog. It has that free guide. It has a couple of other videos about core, what is the core, etc. And a little more tips on how you can strengthen your core. I'm going to talk about them, but I just wanted to point you in that direction if you want the details. I will leave the link to that blog in the description of this video. And if you are watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you can't find it on any of those places, let me know. I'll be happy to send it across to you. All right. So, what else can you do? Apart from what I share in that guide, you can do some deep breathing exercises to activate those deep core stabilizers. When you do deep breathing exercises, when you activate that diaphragm, which is sitting under your lungs, it's one of the main muscles of respiration. When you activate the diaphragm, so I'm pointing to under my lungs here. So when you activate that diaphragm, it will activate the rest of the core muscles as well because they are all connected. So that lumbar core gets activated. And of course, diaphragmatic breathing has been linked to relaxation, to calming down your vagus nerve, etc. So it has other benefits as well because when you're working in a stressful job, you need all that de-stressing that you can, right? So when you're doing your diaphragmatic breathing, or your deep breathing, you are waking up those weak, or rather working or recruiting those weak core muscles. Plus, you are also de-stressing yourself. So it's two things that you get with the same breathing exercise. Then you can do some posture resets. Again, I've left the link in the blog for the details of the posture resets. It just tells you a few steps that you can do in order to reset your posture if you're one of those who get into this slouch or slump when you're sitting at your desk. Uh, of course, you can go for other functional movements like plank, bird dog, and other core exercises that are out there like bridging, etc. So, yeah, this is all I wanted to talk to you about today. And of course, I can go on about this topic. It's one of my favorites, posture and core. However, I'll leave you with this, and do check out that blog. I will leave the link in the description of this video. Have a look at that guide on the how to activate your core when you're sitting at your desk. So it's called, let me just see, it's called 10 easy desk based exercises to strengthen your core. Alrighty, I hope that was useful for you. If you have any questions, any comments, let me know and I'll be happy to help you out. Alrighty, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.